when your parent was there but not really there. Having a parent or even both parents who were physically present but emotionally unavailable, that leaves a Wyatt kind of wound, especially internally. Because you had to learn how to survive without truly being seen and just know that that wasn't your fault. Since growing up, I didn't really have my father, and like my mom was there. Don't get me wrong, she was amazing, but she wasn't always emotionally there growing up. And sometimes the deepest neglect isn't about what happened, it's about what never did. This can look like invisible absence, as in they made sure that you had food, clothes, a roof over your head. And to the outside world, it looks like they are a good parent, but inside and at home, what was missing was the most vital thing, which is the warmth, the curiosity about you, just being present in your feelings and your emotions. It can also look like unspoken loneliness. For example, it can look like sitting at the dinner table, wishing for conversations, wishing for depth, but instead you get silence or you get very surface level, and just having them show that something that they're just proud of you. But instead you were met with disinterest and distraction, pretty much. It just felt like you and your parents were in the same house, but the love was somewhere else. And it can sometimes be really hard to see neglect because they didn't leave you. They were physically there, and you tell yourself that it couldn't have been that bad. Just because they did provide for your physical needs, and wonder if maybe you're ungrateful, but here's the actual truth. Children don't just need shelter, and they don't just need food. They need to be held, they need to be noticed, they need to be cherished. And when that's missing, it leaves like a wound internally just as real as any other form of neglect. And that's like a survival mode that you built growing up, where it's like you became independent too young. And to others, you may seem as more mature, strong, or low maintenance, but on the inside, you were just quietly aching for someone to notice. And in order to heal that, you need to just finally name the truth, and that the truth is that you were emotionally neglected. And for years, it could suppress up into like emptiness, self-doubt, or I'm too sensitive, but no. In reality, you weren't imagining it. You were just a child that needed love, and those needs were unmet. And healing for that begins whenever you allow yourself to feel what you had suppressed all of these years. So you need to just sit with all of that emotion instead of shutting them down, and learning that your feelings matter. You deserve those feelings to be met, and you deserve that love to be met. Don't blame, just grieve whatever you never had. And also just remember that if your parent was there but not really there, your pain is real, and know that you were not asking for too much. You were asking for what every child deserves. And though you cannot go back and change whatever you missed, you can give yourself that love, that care, that nurturing, and that presence that you always needed. That healing is possible, and it belongs to you.